Hello Crusaders, welcome to the 4th Eternal Crusade livestream. I'm Katie Fleming, your community manager, and with me we have...
I'm Steven Lumpkin, lead level designer.
Sean Martin, environment artist.
Sasha, the intern.
Awesome. Everybody's
Sasha
really
the
excited
intern.
that Sasha's here. So first of all, you might notice we're in a different room. We've decked out a new room. It looks pretty cool. Let us know what you think. And also, we now have an official title for our live stream.
What is it,
It
Katie?
is Eternal Crusade Into the Warp.
Yeah.
Awesome. So thank you to everybody who voted on all of the names and submitted name ideas. It was hard to choose, but ultimately it was up to you guys. So hope you like the new name. And so we're going to jump into some 6v6 gameplay right now, focusing on chaos.
Got my Razer controller here.
Yeah.
So last time we were showing off gameplay from the Space Marines perspective. This time we wanted to show it from the Chaos Space Marine perspective. And since Sasha was playing so well last week, we wanted to show you what it looks like from his perspective. Do you want to let Human know that we can call game on?
Sure.
All right. Go for it, gentlemen.
Here we go.
Everybody hear the game sound okay?
Yeah, how's the sound, everybody? Another reason we wanted to do this today is that we have some cool to get.
They're too loud, they're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, they're capturing the other side.
Dude, Sean, that's not where the enemy is.
Right there?
Who's that guy? That's no one. He's not important.
Was
Who's
important.
over
No
at B?
longer important.
You've already lost B. What are you doing, Sean?
I'll go get that back.
Go get him.
Yeah, guys, for those of you who are curious, when we have the split screen view with the top left and the bottom right in-game screens, we're only having sound from the bottom right. Because we actually did testing with that and we found that it was a lot of noise when both games were putting sound out. So
Oh.
brutal.
Brutal.
Yeah, I deserve that.
What's Sasha up to? Some sniping going on.
Profile 84 V2 says, from what I see here, there's much work still to do, like 1 to 2 years.
Oh,
Profile
that's-
82, man, we are 1 to 2 years out from launch. So yeah, absolutely, there's a lot of work left to do on this game. We're actually, if you look way up at the top, where am I? Way up at the top of the screen over there, you'll actually see a disclaimer at the very top. This is pre-alpha footage, very work in progress stuff. Still low sound. I'm going to see if I can up the gain on the microphone a little bit so you guys can hear us better.
Nice block. Oh!
Not so good.
Ouch.
Mm,
Oh, but
Sean.
he's getting it now.
There you go.
Ah, very nice. Sasha, was that you saying Sean?
Got my back.
Nice.
Nice kill.
Got some sniper action going on over there.
Oh, here's an interesting question in chat while we're watching. Vantagal asks, question for level design. I'm studying game design with my preferred field for level design. What skill set do you use as a level designer? Is it mostly using the in-game engine, or do you help create the environment assets, programming, etc.? So, Sean here is the man who is creating environment assets. I'm going to screw him up by touching him while he's playing. Sasha is one of our programming interns. As a level designer, my team doesn't create in-game environment assets like what you see on screen. What we do is we create blocky layouts where we use very basic shapes. And sometimes some of us work in Google SketchUp, some of us work in Maya or 3ds Max, and create very basic layouts that display where players are supposed to be able to play. So it's a lot of thinking about the flow and the way players are supposed to use the environment. Is this section sort of a killing field, or is it a place you're supposed to fight, or is it like an overlook where you have advantage on people below? So that's a brief explanation of what level designers do. This environment was laid out by one of my level designers, Sean Bauer, and he took all of these props that had been designed or that had been dressed by the art team to make them look very nice, and he arranged them in the situation that they're currently laid out in.
Nice, good kill.
Finally.
Finally.
Looks like we're getting both points right here. Nope. I don't help that.
You may have just seen Sean shooting while flying through midair there.
Get him, get him, get him.
Over there.
Nice. Beautiful.
There you go.
Execute, execute.
No, I'll leave him there for
Yeah.
Sasha to pick up, and he comes to try to save him.
Just let him bleed out. Oh yeah.
What a charge right there.
Maniac Shack, yes, one of them is using a controller. Sean's using a controller right now. Yeah.
He's using
Actually using a Razor
Yeah.
controller. Which is awesome, by the way. There's not much going on here.
Looks like you guys are doing a pretty good job of keeping
They are quite contained, actually.
So Mad Hippie wants to know if we'll see other melee weapons.
Other
More
melee
melee
weapons?
weapons, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now we're primarily using the chainsword. In the future there will be power swords. The tactical marine has a knife that you can actually use.
Cool.
There will be other melee weapons as well. Orcs and Eldar are going to have their own unique melee weapons. Chaos Marines will have some unique melee weapons that Space Marines don't have access to. Things like that.
Cool. Okay, Sean, you gotta get some revenge now.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
This would be a great question for later on.
Aha. Someone in chat is asking a nice animation question. We're actually going to be able to answer a number of those for you later, in just a couple of minutes. Oh, Big Cracker's asking, will you be able to save your teammate from being executed and revive them after? I think that you can currently do that. If you start getting executed and the person who's executing you gets killed in the middle of the execution, then then you're still alive, bleeding out, and one of your allies can come rescue you because the execution wasn't finished.
Nice grenade there.
We got a nice execution going
Oh,
on.
there you go.
Oh yeah.
Perfect example.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Oh no!
I think I'll get
no.
saved though. There we go.
Sasha,
Nice.
go help him.
A little bit of demonstration for you two guys.
Okay.
You know, like over and over, repeated
So we got me?
demonstrations.
No?
No.
Nobody?
Where are you? You're at
I'm on
A?
I think so. You got some company here though. Oh, nice. Alright.
There you go.
Thank you, Francois.
Sweet. Oh, nice.
Beautiful.
What's he saying? Death to the Crimson Host. Something. Glory to the Crimson Host, maybe.
Something like that.
Glory or death.
Will there be other fast attack units like bike marines or land speeders? That's from Thunder Bunny.
Thunder Bunny.
Yes.
So, from what I understand from our game design team, Brent Ellison and Michael Chan, both of whom are playing, you can actually see their names popping up every once in a while as they kill and be killed. You're not going to be able to spawn as a bike marine, but you will be able to spawn bikes as a marine. So you may be a tactical marine and decide you want to get from one base to another very quickly, so you'll go spend some what do we call them? Requisition points, I think is the name for our in-game currency. You'll be able to spend requisition points and able to purchase a bike and then drive yourself very quickly across the landscape. Man, Sean, you gotta get this add nothing
There's
character.
a grenade, there's a grenade.
Get him! Oh no!
Oh.
You may have seen Sean was blocking just there.
Whoa.
Wasted.
That's the worst.
Beautiful.
Ouch.
Killed by a had nothing. Techo Sniper is asking if I can melee while on a bike. I'm pretty sure that the game design team is planning some way to allow you to take a melee swing while you're driving on the bike.
Road rash.
I can't speak for certain, but I know they've talked about it in the past, so I think that's something that they want to do.
More into it.
Hazardous Blaze is asking, are the graphics final? No, Hazardous
No.
Blaze.
No, definitely.
And for all of you who may be joining us more recently, this is our pre-alpha version. We're not even at an alpha yet with the game. Alpha is kind of a state where you have a vertical slice of the entire game. Sort of all the features are implemented. Many of them are probably very buggy. Many of them are probably not working as intended, but they're all there. And we don't have all of the features in yet. This is still temporary art assets. In fact, the character here that you're seeing on Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines will be getting replaced very soon, as the art team has done a fantastic job of updating the character model. Warcrimer is asking, are there any charge attacks and shoulder attacks for the Chaos, or for the Tactical Space Marine? If you're sprinting and then you hit a melee attack, as an Assault Marine, you'll swing with your sword, but as a Tactical Marine, you sort of set your shoulder forwards and bash into people. I think as a Devastator Marine using a Heavy Bolter, you sort of swing your Heavy Bolter to clock somebody with it. It's pretty cool.
Got nothing again. Yeah.
Oh, Sean. Oh, no.
Oh.
Pre-alpha. Hooray! Oh,
So
one of
we
you guys
have-
should go grab a vehicle.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I
Good
did.
idea.
Someone in the chat was just asking about the kinds of vehicles that we're going to be able to play with. Right now, we've got a working Predator and a Rhino. We'll have similar vehicles to those for the other factions. There'll probably be multiple loadouts that you can... I know I've actually talked with Brent about this a little bit. He says that they either want to make it so that you can customize your vehicle loadout or choose from pre-established vehicle loadout lists. So you might choose a couple of different varieties of Rhino. I don't know that they've made a decision on that point yet, but I want to make sure there's different roles being fulfilled by the different vehicles.
Somebody had mentioned it looks like we can jump endlessly right now without any fuel consumption. There is absolutely fuel consumption.
Yeah.
Well, there's fuel on the short term. Right now, you don't need to refuel your jetpack. There's no long-term fuel supply that you're just running out of. But I'll have to ask Brent what their feeling on that is. I don't know what the plan is for the jetpack.
Right now you get 2 boosts out of a jump. Do the once. Twice.
Yeah. Can you wall jump after getting that boost jump? Huh. Landing on those pillars and stuff.
Yeah.
Get that guy. That guy's I'm
I just
Michael
got
Chan.
devastated.
Oh no. The action is hot and heavy over in that side of the map.
So we have time for a couple more minutes of gameplay, and then we'll switch things up a little bit. So now's your chance, John. Now or never.
Now or never. Switch to tactical now.
Awesome. You can show off a little sniping action. Oh yeah. You guys can actually see, if you saw last week's stream, you'll notice that the UI has been recolored to match the Chaos instead of the Space Marines. And actually, even if you look in the very lower left, the health bar and shield bar, armor bar, technically, sorry, not a shield bar at all. The health bar and armor bar are skinned to be appropriate for the Chaos Space Marines. That's something that we want to do across the entire game. Your entire UI should reflect the fact that you're playing a certain faction. And I think I was just talking with Nicola Brunoni the other day, our UI artist, our lead UI artist, and he said that he wanted the UI to even reflect your sub-factions. So if you're playing Ultramarines, your UI will have potentially like different iconography on it than if you're playing an Ultramarine. That will probably be more minor changes than what you see here as the difference between Chaos and Space Marines, but he did mention that as something he wanted to do.
So Mini Chief, sorry. Is this a separate arena-style map, or is this just a slice of a larger map?
It's a very interesting question, Mini Chief, because the answer is it's kind of both. What we've done here is we have a 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer square environment within which we've built this arena-style map. Actually, players could run out of this arena and then go up on a mountain and look down on this arena from above, which is how we started last time's stream. But right now it's not necessarily built as a specifically open world environment. That's something that we're working to deliver for a future live stream pretty soon, TM.
Okay, another one. That Tim wants to know. He said, friendly fire is part of the game. Does that include melee? For example, if orcs gang up on a space marine, will they hit each other as well?
I can't talk about orcs specifically, but right now, if you are an assault marine and you land in the middle of a group of your friends swinging for an enemy, you'll kill all your friends. That's the current state. I think Brent and Michael will be taking additional looks at friendly fire from melee as development continues, because we know it's not super exciting to like slam down and try to kill one enemy in a group of your friends and then accidentally kill all your friends instead. Oh no! Gunned down by your own teammate, Sean.
Came out of nowhere. I trusted you.
There's a perfect example of friendly fire right there.
Yeah.
Polar Wooler. Do you plan to keep the blood splatter coming off your characters when an enemy shoots you with a bolter? For example, shouldn't there be sparks as it hits the armor? Sorry.
I think actually, very recently, David and Nicola Bernoni were talking about the armor feeling. That's something that we really want to get in the game. When you're protected by your armor, we want it to feel like armor. Right now, it kind of feels like a shield a little bit. So I know that that's something they're very interested in fixing.
Nice. That was a beautiful kill.
I am Michael
Fancy
Chan.
roll off the building.
He was Michael Chan. Oh, he's still alive. I got
One of your allies. There you go. Very nice. So I don't know if they're specifically going to make shots ping off your armor like sparks, like it's hitting metal. I know that Nicola discussed that with David at one point, but I know that it's something that I'm thinking about.
So we'll do about another minute of gameplay, then we'll switch things over to mocap and animation with some really good stuff to show you guys.
Awesome.
super excited.
I'm pretty excited to get you guys to see that. It's really cool. It's really cool because it's the kind of stuff we get to see every day. And we walk past people's desks and we see it and we don't realize how exciting it is. But then we show it off to you guys and we see your reactions. And it's inspiring to see.
Absolutely.
Someone was asking about hero classes, but I can't see the question on screen. I must have scrolled. We'll have to talk about hero classes at another time. Vantagal is asking, did we gather any inspiration from other games for the creation of the levels, and what's the easiest part of creating them and the most difficult? Yeah, absolutely. The level design team draws inspiration from anywhere it can. Real-world locations, real-world battles that have occurred in history. Miguel would be very upset with me if I didn't mention Sun Tzu's Art of War as a reference book that we've studied and sort of drawn inspiration from in setting up our open world environments. Space Marine, definitely. Gears of War and other similar third-person and first-person shooters all provide inspiration for the level design team. The easiest part is just putting the stuff in the space is actually quite quick and simple. Once the art team creates the beautiful assets you see before you, it's a very quick and easy matter to just drop them into the game in the right configuration. But the hardest part is testing it and balancing it. Because just because you put a box in one place doesn't mean it's the right place to have put that box. And you may discover through gameplay that it's causing people to get confused about where they should be able to go next, or it's getting people killed because they get caught up on it just a little bit. Or, for example, that the defenders have a huge advantage over the attackers in a certain situation. So figuring all of those out requires constant iterative playtesting over and over and over.
So I have a good question from Mad Hippie. Where will new players spawn? Will there be a home base, and will the home base be immune to attacks?
Nice.
Great question.
So when you first start up the game on release, you're going to log into your Strike Force Cruiser, which is a space that you share either with your squad of friends or with your Strike Force, which is like your guild, in orbit above Arcona. And that's a safe space. Nobody can invade that and attack you there. From there, you can choose to strike down onto the surface, and you can either deploy to any bases that you control, I think, or you can choose to potentially deep strike behind enemy lines, or you could even go to what we're currently calling the home continent, which is it's an island continent that your faction has complete control over, and enemy factions will not be able to attack onto the home continent. Currently, that's the current plan. From the home continent, there will be a number of ports that connect to other continents. And Sean.
Oh, and he got another one.
But Patrick with that las cannon coming through.
Red beam of death.
Oh no, it was Sean.
Nice.
Very nice.
So should we do one more question and then let's switch over to some mocap? So
Yeah.
let's pick a good one. Let's see. Going so fast.
Windy Games has a good question here. I think we should end with that one.
Let me see if I can grab it before it disappears. I'll make it bigger.
Yeah. He says, since Miguel already got my hopes up for the firing range to be implemented soon, can we comment on it more, like say a closer release date, or is Miguel still in trouble for that? Miguel's still in trouble.
He is.
So you listen to me, Miguel. You are still in trouble. But that being said, since the cat is out of the bag a little bit, I can let you know that we are trying our hardest to get the game into your hands as soon as possible. Our original plan was January, we feel pretty confident that we can get it into your hands sooner than that.
Nice.
Dude, you just kicked that guy to death.
Oh, look at that.
That's awesome.
Shoot him in the face. Boom.
That's the shoulder tackle that you talked about before.
Oh,
Beautiful. Nice. That was a really good kill.
Little hip check.
Well, do we want to call an end to our
Yes,
play
I
and
think we'll call an end to it. Good game,
invite our
guys.
animator to come over?
Good game. Thank you to everybody in the room playing and outside. Awesome. Very good game. Okay, we'll end it. We'll end it with this one.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just let him.
We'll see what happens. Oh, recovered.
Oh man.
Come on, you gotta get him. You gotta get him. One more kill. Come on, one more kill.
I don't think the game
Good
is on
judgment.
screen.
Oh, it's off screen. They can't see.
Yep.
Okay.
But it's really exciting, you guys.
It
It's
is
shoulder
exciting.
charging around.
Yeah.
Oh my
Let's
god!
just say, yeah, I did it.
Ah. And the Thunderhawk coming in at the end, and like the drop pods falling. That was incredible.
Did you see the orange?
Well done,
on the
Sean.
corner?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you guys.
Well,
It's a
thank
very
you.
good game. Thanks for playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll bring in David now, our animation director. He's going to show you some really cool animations in mocap. So come on in. Thanks, guys. See you later.
Thanks for the both
Good
of you.
game.
Come on over, David.
Come on over. Maybe move down a little bit. So just introduce yourselves. Let them know a little bit about you.
Hi.
It's a new face for everybody.
Hey. Hello all. So my name is David Tardif. I'm animation director on the Warhammer game, and I'm here today to discuss with you about the mocap session we had a few weeks ago.
Come this way, Katie.
Come over a little bit more.
Yeah.
We good? Here we go.
That's good.
That's good. Perfect.
Good. So, yeah, some weeks ago we were in Toronto to meet our friends at Fast Motion Studios. And by the way, hello Plato, Romel, and Aaron, who is probably the biggest fan, one of the biggest fan of Warhammer in Toronto. So, yes, we were there and we mocapped a lot of animation for the Space Marine and the Chaos Marine. What you see on screen now is our talent, a very generous guy who played the Space Marine and the Chaos Marine for various animation. We had to integrate in the game. So we prepared a lot of things before going there. We had a lot of props, and yes, there we. Oh, what a nice role you did. I told you the guy was really generous, and you can see him now doing some sort of rage mode.
This guy is crazy.
Yes, he's amazing. He helped us a lot, and by the way, all the guys there helped us a lot to figure out to create those amazing movement and action for the Space Marine and the Chaos Marine.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
That one's my favorite.
we had a very nice time there with them. So that's the replay.
What kind of animations are these, David?
That's the Thunder Hammer. You saw previously in the game when it was when the image took the whole screen. You saw the same guy using the prop we did to figure the Thunder Hammer. But for the shoot, because we wanted something with something that figured the real weight of the Thunder Hammer, we used a different prop to use it. So we use a large variety of different props for the different use we need for the shoot.
So I see these guys like carrying big, like wooden cutouts of weaponry.
Yes.
Where did we get those from?
Sorry.
Where did we get the?
we did them.
Very nice.
Yeah, sure. But we used them just to figure the size of the props, because it was important for the talent to know exactly what's according. We create them proportionally to the actor, because in reality the Space Marine is bigger.
Yes.
So we made them a little bit smaller to fit the 6 feet tall Talon guy, and use them to be to know exactly what the size of the weapon is supposed to be in the arm.
Awesome.
But when we shoot the real, that's the props. That's
Right.
what the prop guys have. So he practiced with it, but when the time came to shoot the real thing, then we changed, and that's this shot. We used a different prop to mimic the real weight, so you can feel the weight of the prop at that time. That's very different.
Miguel said he thinks I have a crush on him. I gotta admit, he looks pretty good.
He looks completely ripped.
He is. Great job.
Super cool.
Cool. So should we move on to the next one?
But like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's show them the next one.
Yes. So this is some new animation for the Space Marine, based on in part on the mocap we have shot in the shooting session. I can tell you that in the next month you will see a lot of change in terms of animation in the game. We'll replace a lot of animation by the new one, the mocap one. We want the style to be more realistic.
Can you tell me about the difference between handcrafted animations and motion captured animations? Like,
yeah.
how do they look different from each other?
In fact, the keyframe animation is basically the first way to animate character. We have very talented animator in behavior, and those animators did a great job for the animation for the Space Marine and Chaos Marine, and will lead them for a lot of creature we cannot mocap. But for specifically for the Space Marine and Chaos Marine, we wanted them to be a little bit more realistic. So to get this level of realism, we've decided to use a mocap. The mocap is used, as you saw previously in the other shot. We just capture the action, the movement of an actor, and we target this data, this movement, on our Space Marine. So that's why we can reach that level of realism.
Very
That's
nice.
great.
I can already tell just from looking at the screen here how very different they look from what's currently in the game. Even just like
Yeah.
the feet swinging into position,
It is different.
It looks much more natural.
Yes, we feel a little bit more weight, and the model is a little bit different.
Definitely more
too.
polished.
Yeah.
Looks great.
So
I
Yes.
brought a surprise for you guys.
That's
Oh, yeah.
right.
Yeah, sure, and for you guys.
Awesome.
Yes, we have a surprise. Can you?
Surprise.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That's the thing.
super cool.
Yes, we began to work on the Tyrannid, and that, what you see actually on the screen is the first test we made with them.
So how did you motion capture this one?
No, we didn't motion capture the Tyrannid. We didn't.
You didn't bring a Harming into
No,
the office?
unfortunately, we didn't have actor with six arms and feet and
Disappointing.
backstore.
So
So
it looks great. They love it. Perfect. So maybe we'll have some more Tyranid stuff later on.
Yeah,
Awesome.
sure.
That looks super great.
absolutely,
Cool.
yes.
All right, so time for some Q&A.
Awesome.
Q&A. So we have some questions that were sent in from the Founders Lounge on the forums. So we'll start with those. So I'll start with Stephen. Level design related questions from Dreadforce83. When a tactical marine gets attacked by a melee opponent, would he be able to hold up his bolter horizontally as part of a parry in order to deflect an enemy blade?
Yep, that's already in the game right now if you're playing a tactical. I wonder, can I connect? Is the server still on? It doesn't look like the server's up anymore. We've shut it down. But yeah, when you're playing a tactical, you've got your gun right here. You actually hold it up like this in front of you to deflect an oncoming blow. And that's something that's in the game right now. So absolutely.
Cool. And a question that came in earlier from the stream that I wrote down so we wouldn't lose it from Timura. Are all these animations done from scratch by animators?
Sorry?
Are all Tim Roth wants to know, are all of the animations done by scratch?
Yes.
By animators, yeah.
What you saw in the game has been done from scratch by animators, but later most of them will be replaced by the motion capture data. By the way, you must know that the motion capture will not be used as is. Our animators give another layer of stylization to improve the quality of the stuff and to make the animation bigger than live. Because everybody knows that a Space Marine is bigger than live.
We called to see if we could get a Space Marine into the motion capture studio. They are all busy on the other side of the galaxy,
Yes.
fighting endless wars. So
And unfortunately, they were too big for to enter the.
yeah,
They're
they
so
would have fit in the doors.
Miguel would like us to put the Tyranids back on in the background and loop that for a little while.
Oh, nice. Miguel Caron is asking in chat.
We can absolutely do that, Miguel, no problem. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think that's
So,
worth it.
Looks good. And I think the servers are going to be put back up, so maybe you can show it
Sure.
in game when
You can demonstrate anything
once
that
happens.
players have questions about. Players.
So when
Watchers
those go
at this
up-
point,
Yes.
unfortunately.
So when it goes up, I'll let you know, and then we can show them. So until then, let's do another question. So Blade Runner, this one is for you, Stephen.
Yeah.
Stalker Bolter, what is its effective range, damage, ammo capacity, customization possibilities, etc., in comparison to a regular bolter?
So I actually spoke with Michael Chan, one of the game designers on this. He's the guy who's primarily responsible for weapon customization. Internally on the level design team, we've been doing a bunch of tests to figure out average ranges of the weapons because we want to make sure that we create environments that support the range of the weaponry that you have. Stalker Bolter right now is effective at 150 meters, and its maximum range is somewhere around 200 meters. And the Bolter is effective at something like 40 meters, and its maximum range might be 80 meters. I'm not 100% certain on the bolt gun, but the Stalker Bolter I'm more certain about. The damage on the Stalker Bolter is quite aggressive. A double burst fire to the head of a target Space Marine will kill that target. And that can be done very quickly. That's
So the server's back up.
awesome. Oops. Okay.
So if we can switch it back over to the gameplay.
Cool.
Perfect.
I'm spawning it as a tactical even. So yeah, Michael said to me regarding customization for them that bolters will have more all-around upgrades. You'll be able to upgrade your bolter along a couple of different paths, and there will be a lot of flexibility in how you upgrade your bolter. You might have the possibility to add underslung attachments, to add more rapid-fire options to your bolter, whereas the Stalker bolter will have more specific upgrades designed for the role that it fulfills, which is as a long-range, high-damage weapon. So here's that Stalker bolter. The middle mouse button on this one is really confusing for me. There we go. So that's the Stalker bolter. And you can see, you can fire it in single fire mode or burst fire mode. So single fire is just a single shot, burst fire is 3 shots. If you do 3 shots and then 3 shots to someone's head, they are down. The bolter here, if I block with it, what's the guard button? Yeah, see, as I'm blocking, I'm holding up my bolter to take the blow from an incoming chainsword.
And we saw some of that when Sean had some good blocks earlier too.
Yeah. Come at me, bro. Yeah.
There we go.
Excellent.
There's that one.
Enough. Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. Other questions?
Okay, so another one for David
Yep.
from DJ Penguin. How much of melee combat will be choreographed with motion capture?
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them. Yes, in the next session, we did some in the past session, but we also have new sessions that will come in the
Right.
next weeks. Pretty much all of the melee combat attack will be choreographed and mocap, as you saw in the
The animation.
Demonstration.
Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
demonstration
Cool.
earlier.
Another one for you from Dreadwing22. Will there be more types of finishing moves than the ones we've seen so far?
Yeah, so it's planned to have more execution for all of them. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, another one for Steven from Intercept. Will you be attackable while you do executions? If
Ooh.
so, larger and longer executions won't make much sense.
That is, that's certainly one interpretation of it. What was this? Intercept.
Intercept.
That is one interpretation. One of the interesting things about executions is that you are vulnerable while you're executing. And what that means is that you need to be careful about when you execute. You need to make sure that you're somewhere safe and that your team has secured the area. You can't just kill somebody in the middle of a fight and then execute them with no consequence. You actually have to plan your execution. So you might, for example, sweep into an area, kill everybody in that area, set a couple of guards at the room, and then go through executing one by one to make sure that these guys stay down. Nobody can sweep in and start, rescuing them or anything like that. Yeah.
So another one from our Twitch chat, Nailren, hopefully I'm saying that right. Out of curiosity, how long would it take to mocap a game of this scale?
Okay. Just to give you an example, the last session we were there for 3 days and we mocap. We had something like 200 moves we mocap. So for the whole game, we can multiply by 5, so you can imagine how many days we'll need to mocap the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like 1,000 moves, 3 times 5 days, 15 days, just for the motion capturing,
Yeah.
the recording of the actor.
The recording of the actor. So
Yeah.
after
You still have to turn that into
we still need time to improve the mocap data with our animators
Yeah.
here.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, another one for Steven from Cupcake Unleashed. How many weapon type variations are there going to be?
Let's see, I spoke with Brent Ellison, our lead game designer, about this one. It's more his area than mine, but he was very kind in answering our questions. He says that of all of the weapons you'll be able to equip and bring to the battlefield, there's probably about 20 types per faction. So that's things like chainsword, power sword, bolter, stalker bolter, heavy bolter. There's approximately 20 of those different variations. And then variants on those base weapons, he says there's 4 to 5 on average per weapon type per faction. So globally, you could say that each faction has over 100 different kinds of weapons that it can bring to the battlefield. And that's exciting.
Cool. Another animation question from Normando the Incredulous. I like
These are
it.
good names.
These are really cool names. Hopefully I'm saying them right. Execution animations. Will they be randomly selected or can the player set a preference?
Hi Norm. Yes, it will be possible. It will become possible to select the animation you want to play.
Really?
It will not be just randomly.
Okay.
You will have the possibility. It's not yet defined, but the idea is there. You will have the possibility to check or uncheck the different execution you will want to use in a game.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Can I follow up on this question? I have a question of my own for you, David.
Go.
If I'm using a chainsword,
Yes.
will there be only one execution for that chainsword, or will there be multiple animations?
The execution for the chainsaw
Yeah.
will be able to have more than one execution
Awesome.
for
And
the
then I'll
chainsaw.
get to choose not just by equipping a chainsword, but when I have the chainsword equipped, I can choose a couple of different animations.
Yes, absolutely. You will have.
Cool.
Okay, Hudson Swartz has been asking this question over and over, so I see it again. Did you guys use trained gorillas for mocapping the orcs? or will we?
Yes, we are looking for some now. And no.
If you know of any good gorillas, let us know.
That's a big question because actually the orcs are I would not say problematic, but we are questioning the way we will animate them. We have made will make some tests with our animators, but also we want to make some tests with the mocha. Personally, I think the solution will be a mix of both of them. Yeah.
Cool.
But no, we will not use gorilla.
No gorilla.
No gorilla.
Okay, you
Bummer.
heard it here. Okay, Wolf Lord Blackfur. This one's for Steven. Since players, squads, and strike forces get their own ships, will the players be able to walk around freely throughout the ship? Like they could go to the firing range or down to the launch bay to hop into a drop pod or a Thunderhawk.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Yep. Hopefully we'll be able to dress out the ship interior and have you, you can go to like a meeting hall, to a private quarters that might be your own space, and then, you can pull a vehicle either from a console and then get dropped down to the surface of the planet from there, or we'll actually let you go to the garage, select the vehicle there, and get dropped that way. I think that's still a plan, and it's something that we really want to do. We think that those social spaces where you can interact with your allies in a, in a non-combat social environment are really important for a massively multiplayer online game.
Great. Another question for David from Unstable. Will each faction have a different melee ranged animation, i.e. Space Marine Devastators have a melee kick, will Orcs have a different animation from that, i.e. headbutt or shoulder barge?
Yeah. Yes, they will have different animation, but for sure we need to find some equivalent between the different, because all of the different creature, all of the different character will have a similar set of animation in terms of gameplay. So we need to adjust and find some equivalent. So if the Space Marine had a kick, the Orcs will probably have some sort of kick, but we will adjust it to make it really nice according to their own personality and their own way to be for the character.
Cool. Sounds good. So before we bring in the team for our ending WA, we just want to remind you guys to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. You can find us at 40k Crusade on those, as well as on YouTube, Eternal Crusade. And don't forget, if you haven't bought your Founders Pack, you can do so on eternalcrusade.com. All the info is there. And so I think we can bring in the team. So let's open the door.
Everybody's out there
They
already.
should be waiting. Come on in. You guys have to help us out with this, so you know what to do.
I'm going to turn the gain on our microphone down so we don't blow out anybody's speakers.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
What's going on?
Come in.
Hey,
Oh, we're live on the air, Brent.
We're live.
Welcome to the show.
Okay, you guys ready? Do we have any more
is
people
not getting
coming?
We have Patrick.
Crowd in. So are you,
Yes,
Michael.
lunch in a little bit.
Right there.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah.
Thank you.
Double time.
Everybody push in.
Oh, we don't have any girls disable meter.
Oh,
yeah.
Where's Miguel? We need Miguel in here.
You should go in the back.
No. Switch.
Switch.
There you go. Okay.
Now I go down to cheer. Oh, yes.
Yes, we'll have a new one. So before we end, thank you guys for watching, and every week, every Friday at 1:30, same time, Eternal Crusade Into the Warp live stream. Okay, we ready? Count down.